Hello, hello. Welcome to Maker Studio. I am Cheryl. I create over on the Home of My Making Facebook page. So today, the holiday, or I should say the Christmas holiday, is over and we're heading into a new year. So I hope everybody's excited about that. We don't know what to expect, but I'm assuring myself it's all good things. So one of my things I like to do when I head into a new year is I don't do New Year's resolutions, but I always have something in the back of my head that I need to do as far as an organizational project, because that's my jam. So I had picked up this little organizer at Target. Now, I don't know if you guys know that Target has a really, really tiny craft section, and sometimes they have really cute things. So I picked up this little unfinished wooden caddy, and it's got some metal handles. So I'm going to kick this up a notch because it's going to become a great organizer for my desk. So as you hop on, don't forget to tag 3 friends and share this video, and you will be in the giveaway for this particular stencil. So here we go, guys. I'm gonna start with some one-step paint, and my craft room is kind of like gray, a little bit of blush, and green. So I'm gonna start with the one-step paint in English Boxwood. I did pour some into a little container just because I like to work out of that. It just makes it easier for cleanup, because when I'm done with this portion, I just throw the whole thing out. So what I'm going to do is, I don't always like to paint the whole thing because I want to have different things going on. I love the wood grain, but I'm going to paint the one side of this. And so if you've never worked with the one-step paint, one step doesn't necessarily mean one coat. One step means there's no priming, no sanding, and so I'm going to see if I can actually get one coat out of this. I don't want it to come down the sides. I just want it to be on the face of this project. But if I do need to do a second coat, no worries. A chalk-based paint like this dries really fast. I can hit it with a little heat gun and we can proceed to the next part of the project. So I hope everybody made it through Christmas, had a lovely time, and created a bunch of memories for the 2021 holiday season. That's crazy, right? Who even knew 2022 is like right around the corner? So I am trying not to get it onto the face. I mean, I just want it on the face. I don't want it on the side, and I don't want it on the top. So I'm just trying to be mindful not to pull it down onto this side. It'll just give it another element of design if I don't cover the whole thing. Making sure I get all of the wood covered. So there you go, simple and easy. I am going to hit it with a heat gun really quick because I want to see if I have any shading and if I need to actually do another step or another coat. So since it is a chalk-based paint, which is a water-based paint, it dries pretty quick. Now, if you don't have a heat gun, you could use a blow dryer. But if you have time, which I don't on a live, just walk away for a minute for 15 minutes, come back and do your second coat. So I am going to hit it on another coat because I can see some brush strokes. So like I said, a one-step paint doesn't always mean one coat. It just means you don't even have to prepare anything when you're going over a surface, and that's a good thing. It pretty much works on everything, actually. And we have so many different colors in the one-step paint, so you got to check it out. All the links for everything I used today will be up in the description section, and you can check them out. Also, if you're just hopping on, I am Cheryl from Home of My Making on that side of the Facebook page, but I'm on a Maker Studio today to show you a fun project that we're going into a new year. So for me, it's all about organization. I work better in organization, especially, when I'm creating. everything might not always be in its place, but there's going to be a place for everything when I do decide to clean up my workspace. So I think I did it. I think I got it pretty much. Even if I got a little bit on the top, because this is a water-based paint, I could just take a wet rag and go over it and just get anything off that I don't want there. So again, I'm going to hit this with a heat gun and get it dry to proceed to the next part of the project. Now, I'm only going to do the face of it. I don't want to paint the whole thing just because I like the raw wood look, but I did want to add a little bit of color because it is going to sit in my office, and I do have a little bit of touch of green in here, and I just love this color, the English Boxwood. Again, if you're just hopping on, don't forget to tag 3 friends so that you can be in the drawing for the stencil that I'm going to use. So here we go. Let me just check and make sure that's dried. I'm not going to keep the heat gun too close to it because I don't want to obviously bubble up the paint, but you don't have to do that step. You would just walk away and get it dried naturally if you don't, or if you're not in a time crunch. I'm in a time crunch because I'm on a live. So this is the stencil I'm going to be using. I love anything Paisley. So this is a Paisley stencil. It's a 12 by 18 stencil. I love all of the background stencils that we have here at a maker's studio. If you're new to this line of stencil, these are a tri-mesh stencil, and it has so much detail in it. So much. I mean, the cutout in here is fabulous. And again, you can't get that with a regular plastic stencil because it doesn't have a mesh screen in it. These are mesh, tri-mesh actually, reusable adhesive stencils. So they usually come in a sleeve like this with a little backing cardboard here. Leave that in there so it stabilizes your stencil when you put it back. So what you do is you get it off the backing that it comes on. Now this is adhesive. You can see that it's tacky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that off. Again, you want to keep this part of your stencil pack also so that when you get this all cleaned, you can go ahead and put it back on the backing, put it back into the sleeve, and that's how you'd store it. And that's really all you have to do to maintain your stencils. So I'm actually looking for part of the pattern that I like. Because that has so much going on, I'm just looking for a section that I want to showcase on here. And because it's got a lot going on. So what I'm going to do is move that away. I am just going to go like that. It does adhere to whatever surface. Make sure you just press it down flush with whatever surface you're using the stencils on and get it tight so that you can get real crisp detail. So what I'm going to take is I'm going to take one of our squeegees, and it's all angled. We have a couple of different ones of these, and we have a stylus, we have some spreaders. There's all different applications that we have that you can apply the product with. So I'm going to put the gel art ink is what I'm using today on the back side of it. If you look, it's got a curve. I like to use the flat side of it. So I'm going to use Well I Declare. So I wanted this to really pop. So because I used the green, I want the white to pop. So I'm going to use the white in one color. There's a couple of things you can do. I could use a couple of different gel art inks that maybe are complementary to this green and put different colors in here, but I want to use white because I really want it to be contrasting. And then you can really, really, really see the detail. And you'll see what I mean in a second. So I am going to take some of the white gel art ink in the Well I Declare. I'm going to squeeze it out onto the back. I like to work with a little amount at a time. I just think that for me works well, especially with our gel art ink. Because they're in a tube, you can't really put much back in there. So less is more, less is more. So you see that on the back of that? I'm going to now push it through the stencil. I could tell that it's going through to the other side because I don't see the green color of the surface anymore. And that's what I'm being mindful as I am pushing it through, is to make sure that I get it covered. And how I look to see if it's covered is whatever the surface color is. If I don't see it anymore, then I know I hit all the areas. Especially in a stencil like this, there's a lot going on and a lot of detail, and I want to get every piece of the detail and don't want anything left out. Again, if you guys are just popping on here, don't forget to tag 3 friends in this tutorial and then share it to your page, and you will be in the drawing or the giveaway for this particular stencil. We have a lot of, as I like to say, background stencils. There's stencils like this that are just all, there are no words on them. They just have a lot of detail, and you could use them on so many different things. This one just happens to be the Paisley. We have ones that look like wood. We have ones that look like flowers. You know, we had some for the holidays that were snowflakes. We had one that looked like an ugly sweater or a bad sweater. I like that one. But I like the background stencils because you could use them on a lot of things, and they have so much detail in it. So let me just get, I'm just trying to get the very end of this board. Okay, so these are also washable, our squeegees, as well as our stencils. So sometimes when I am on a live, I have a water bath over there that I just put everything in until I'm ready to go to the sink and wash it. And the reason why I do that is I don't want any of this product to dry in the mesh. If the product dries in the mesh, it'll impede the next time you use the stencil. So the only care for this is to go rinse this right now under tap water and just get all that white off of there. Turn it upside down so the tacky side is up and lay it down until it dries. Look at the detail in that. See how much detail is in that one stencil? It's crazy. I didn't even use the whole stencil, so you could use it definitely on bigger surfaces. But see how much detail it is? And using the green as the background and then the white as the design, it shows all the detail. So there's endless possibilities, the color combinations. I am going to just quickly heat set that because I'm going to fill it. And I'm going to show you how I'm just going to organize my desk so that I can head into 2022 organized. So there's a lot of compartments going in here. So I'm going to put some pens in here. I'm going to put, I have tons of glasses. True story. Those are going in here. Let me get some scissors. I could put them in there. I have more scissors. Let's see, what else can I put in here? Got a lot of, I got little scissors. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit this on my desk, and everything's going to be organized, everything. And I could use this, and actually, I am always more productive when I have something organized. So don't discount these unfinished wood things that you see in Target. You'll see them even in, you'll see them in the dollar store, but you'll see them in Hobby Lobby. So think outside the box. If it's unfinished, you can really, really kick it up a notch. So look at all that detail. So that's the Paisley Stencil. Again, all these products are up in the description section that I used today. So go check them out. And again, don't forget to tag 2 friends, or excuse me, tag 3 friends and share this tutorial so that you can be in the drawing for this mesh stencil. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it inspired you to get organized in 2022, or at least try. My motto is a place for everything and everything in its place. It might not always be there, but it has a place to go. So this is going to be sitting on my desk, and I am just going to be in amazement of how much detail's in that stencil. So I hope you guys heading into 2020 have a great year. I will be back during the year on that Maker Studio Facebook page to be a contributor. So I'm glad I'm here, and I hope you guys go up in the description and check out the products. They're wonderful. So thank you guys, and don't forget to tag 3 friends and share this video. Thanks, guys.